night, y'all. It's Tuesday night, y'all. I choose me. Hashtag no more excuses. It will take me far. Living my life like it's golden. 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 Yeah. Hey. Hey, Diavion. How was your trip? You back? It's Tuesday, y'all. I choose me. Hashtag no more excuses. Remember our motto, I pledge to embrace who I am today, love who I was yesterday, and inspire who I will become tomorrow. Because that's what this journey is all about. Loving ourselves to the core from where we are and letting people know that we are ready to walk in our gift and we're ready to shine our light and we are ready to be a blessing to anybody who will receive us, because we know that whatever it is that we have inside of us is for somebody else. And so we are preparing to share our gift and walk in our purpose. Next way, here comes. That's Jill Scott, y'all. Hello. It's Tuesday night, y'all. I choose me. Hashtag no more excuses. And we got a good topic this day. Good topic, so I hope everybody's thinking about if your purpose is if your purpose is not microwavable. Understand that your purpose is not microwavable. That's what we're gonna talk about today, y'all. Are you guys living your life like it's golden? If you're not, this is what the journey is all about. To be living your life like it's golden, because it is. Because it is. Okay. Enough with the music. Thank you for tuning in. I'm so excited. It's Tuesday night. I look forward to Tuesdays all the time. Got everything prepared. Got people down. And now I'm ready to walk in my purpose, which is I choose me. Hashtag no more excuses. That's what the journey, that's what the movement is all about. And so I just want to first of all thank everybody who tuned in tonight again, and from week to week just coming on and being a part of the movement and being a part of what we are growing and what we're trying to do. Now today's topic is your purpose is not microwavable. Now, like normal, before we go any further, we're going to go on what microwavable means and what purpose means. So purpose, the reason for which something is done or created or for which something exists. That is the noun. The synonyms is motive, cause, point, basis, or justification. That is what a purpose is as a noun. Now the verb definition is have as one's intention or objective. Synonyms are intend, mean, aim, plan, design. You hear that? Design. So a purpose is a design, reason for which one thing is created. That is your purpose. Now, microwave, a very quick cooking oven. A quick way of getting things done. That is an oven. A microwave is a very quick cooking oven. That was the verb. And so what I wanted today to be about is your purpose is like Big Mama's cooking. And so let me break down what I mean by your purpose is like Big Mama's cooking. For those of you that have been blessed with a Big Mama, somebody who cooks a good old-fashioned meal, somebody who takes the time to put tender love and care in Sunday dinner, somebody who takes the time to just snap peas, make macaroni. You know what Big Mama's dinner is like. And so what I'm saying is that your purpose is not microwavable. You have to take the time to cultivate it. You have to take the time to love it. You have to take the time to pour into yourself in order for you to walk in your gift, in order for you to be the masterpiece, in order for you to be Big Mama's meal. You know what that is? That is that good old-fashioned food, which you know is good to the taste. You know she took all day to cook it. Matter of fact, she's been preparing from the night before to prepare for such a meal. And we all know that Big Mama didn't come out being able to cook at that level. She learned some things. She went through some things. And she grew old enough. She raised family. And then she became the cook. She became Big Mama was going to give you something good to the soul. You know, the food was going to be amazing. And like I said, for those of you who don't have a Big Mama, who have never experienced that, I'm sure everybody has seen the movie Soul Food. And so, you know, in Soul Food, Big Mama was the place you went for good cooking, love, and attention. And so what I'm telling you is that I want us to look and reflect that our purpose should not be microwavable. We got to be willing to go through the steps. We got to be willing to snap our peas. We got to be willing to go through the journey. We got to be willing to go through the pains. We got to be willing to deal with the problems in order to walk in our gift and in our light, in order to make our life what we want it to be. Nakia says, reminds me of my mama's cooking on Thanksgiving. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that good old, like on camera, like that soul food, that good old Thanksgiving meal. You know, that meal that you took time to prepare? That is what your purpose is. It is something that will take time to prepare. It is something that won't happen overnight, but it will be worth the wait. I used to love to watch, this is what I was going to say. I used to love to watch Rachel Ray. She used to have 30-minute meals. And the reason why I love 30-minute meals was because it was quick, it was simple, it allowed me to not take time to have to prepare. It made it work on my busy schedule, and that was just, it made sense. So when I used to watch Rachel Ray, I'm like, 30-minute meals. I think that we have to get out of the idea of having 30-minute purposes. Expecting that our purpose to happen overnight. Expecting that we could just put it in the microwave and then we wake up tomorrow and everything that our heart desires is there. We got to understand that if you want something good, you got to wait for something good. And so are you doing the work while you're waiting so that you can have a purpose that reminds you of Big Mama's meal and not of a microwavable dish? Are you doing your work and so that you can work and walk in a light that reminds people of that goodness, that good feeling, that nice taste in your mouth? Are you doing your work? The microwave has made us impatient, and so we rush things and we don't get its true value. That's what's happening these days when we don't understand that it is a process and that we want something to happen so bad and that we don't wait on the moments or we don't wait on the opportunities and we rush ourselves into all these places and these things because we want, but we are not prepared to do the work. And so I'm saying that in order for you to get to that place, in order for you to grow in that light, and for order for you to walk in your purpose in a way which is going to be a blessing to other people, you have got to understand that it takes time and that it's a process. And the journey is about knowing yourself and learning yourself and figuring out just what your purpose and your gift is. Big Mama taught us it may be a while, but it will be worth all the wait. What we will gain by being patient is far more than you will gain by being impatient. And so we all know that when we wait on Big Mama's meal, that we were going to be full. We probably were going to take a nap in between. Everybody out there that's paying attention, you know, on Thanksgiving, you always get that afternoon nap and then you wake back up and eat again. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that kind of substance in your purpose. The type of substance that make you want to take a nap and wake back up. Instead of the type of thing where you microwave. Instead of having these microwavable purposes where it's here today, gone tomorrow. You know, when you microwave something and you eat that, yeah, it's quick. But guess what? You don't stay full very long. In no time, you find that yourself, that you're hungry. You find that you have to make something different. And so what I'm saying to you is take time and cultivate who you are. Take time and cultivate your dream. Make sure that the purpose that you are set before you and that you're working toward is something that you really desire. Make sure that it's something that feeds your soul. Make sure that it is food for the soul, like Big Mama's meal. Make sure your purpose is lined up with that good meal that you think of that Big Mama used to give us. Patience teaches you to wait on your happily ever after, because you know the longer you wait, the better the cake. That is something that we got to understand. That even in the process, the longer you wait for something to sit, the seasoning settles in and the drink becomes better and the cake. But if you take the cake out too early, guess what? It'll fall in the middle. If you take the cake out too early, it won't be cooked in the middle. And so I'm telling us that it's a process and that we got to be prepared for the process, that we are not having a microwavable type of purpose, but that we have a Big Mama type of purpose, a type of purpose that takes time to build and nurture to be great. Let's finesse our ingredients and make sure when we take our ourselves out of the making state, that we are ready to serve. Understand this, that when you cook anything, when Big Mama made you that wonderful meal and you sat down to eat it, or well, before you sat down to eat it, the whole thing was that she was doing all that work to do what? To feed you. She was doing all of that to serve you. And so what I want you to get is that when you are preparing who you are, when you are ready to walk in that light and in that gift and in that purpose, make sure that you are ready to serve. And because the reason why you are ready, the reason why Big Mama cooked like she did, was not to eat it by herself. And it was not for the food to sit there, but it was to put joy in your life. It was for you to remember. It was for you to get a good meal. It was for you to get full off of what she had to offer. And so that's what I mean by making sure your purpose is filled and hearty like Big Mama's meal. That you are waiting and willing to serve when you decide to walk in your gift. That the gift is not for you, but for others when passing due. The gift is not for you, but for you to be a blessing to somebody else. And so if you're ready to walk in your purpose, the question you have to ask yourself is, are you ready to really serve? Because that is what it requires in order to walk in your gift, in order to walk in your light, in order to walk in your purpose. It requires you to be of service to somebody else. Because what do you do after all that hard work Big Mama did in making the most amazing meal we ate, meaning we were served? Be sure that if you feel that you are ready to walk in your purpose, because you have done the work and have gotten yourself right, that you understand it is for the reason to be a blessing for someone else, which is what I just went through. Make sure that you are not rushing it for yourself. Because let's think, if you made a plate of food and food don't eat itself, the only goodness about what you made was for you to give to somebody else. And so if you are a work, and if you are considered Big Mama's meal, if that is what your person, everybody is a piece of Big Mama's meal. If that is what it is that you have to offer, the question I have to ask you is, are you ready to be of service? Are you ready to feed somebody's soul? Are you ready to motivate somebody's mind? Are you ready to inspire somebody through your story, through your testimony, and through the point and the fact that you went through a lot to get there? You wasn't a microwavable. Your purpose wasn't microwavable. You did the work. And so now you're ready to sit on the plate as grand as you are and be of service to somebody else. Are you ready to serve yourself? You were made to be enjoyed by others. So if you say you are ready to bring your gift and walk in your purpose, you are saying you are ready to serve, ready to take all your pain and feed someone's soul. All your ingredients made something special like no other. And when you are giving yourself to others with the gift of adding extra, you become a home-cooked Big Mama meal instead of a microwavable dish, which will sustain you, but it won't keep you. You will be hungry in an hour. And so that's what I was going about before when I said when we get those quick microwavable meals and you go out there and it gets the spot. It does what it needs to do, but it doesn't last you. And so I'm saying that understand that your purpose is not going to be quick. It won't be microwavable. You won't figure that out in the first day. The gift you can give yourself is tap into your gifts. Love yourself. Figure out who you are so that you can find out what your purpose is so that you can be of service. And so all this time while you are marinating, you are continuing to grow and you are continuing to figure out those things. Fix those things that have been broken. Pick up those things that have dropped. And pick yourself up in a way and in a spirit that allows you to walk in your gift, to walk in your light, and to be of service. Let's start treating our purpose as a Big Mama's meal and get out of the microwavable section when we are waiting on our dreams. Do we understand that the dreams and desires that we have are not meant to be done overnight? Do we understand that the dreams and the desires that we have was meant and placed in us for something far greater with something way more of substance? And so we are Big Mama meals. We are that love. We are that attention. We are that strength. We are the years of learning. We are the years of process of elimination. We are the years of trial and error. Do you think Big Mama woke up one day and her meal was perfect? No. It became so great because through the years she made it better. She magnified. She continued to pour into it. She continued to make it better. So the question is, Are you taking time with yourself to figure out who you are so that you can be better, so that when the moment comes for you to walk in your supreme moment of destiny, when the moment comes for you to live out your purpose, when that moment comes, have you been sitting around marinating long enough to bring and give to people the goodness of which you are? Have you taken it in stride? Have you accepted all that you have been through and understand that this is a part of my journey? And I know in order for me to be of good service, I have to go through all of these things to make me bigger, better, stronger, and more reliable to the people I'm supposed to meet on my path. Are you ready to serve? Stop rushing greatness and use the time to learn what can you add to make you better. So when it comes to the time when we are ready to serve, we leave lasting memories just like Big Mama's cooking. And so what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, in order for you to serve, in order for you to walk in your gift, in order for you to be the light that you were destined to be, the question I have to ask you is, are you ready to go through what it takes? Are you ready to tweak some things in your life to make it better? Are you ready to actually figure out if you put too much of something or if you got to take something out? You are something so special. You are something so great, and you have been marinating for so long. And so what this movement is supposed to be about, and what I Choose Me is about you waking up yourself. It's about you saying, listen, I am ready to be of service. I am ready to walk in my light. I understand that there is none like me. I understand that I am one of a kind. And in order for me to leave that greatness, in order for me to leave the gift that I'm supposed to leave, I got to show up for myself. Not only do I have to show up for myself, but I have to become a Big Mama's meal and not a microwavable dish. We are far too great for microwavable dishes. And so I said, today I wanted to have a conversation. And so Kia says, yes, marinate, figure it out, and take action. Don't procrastinate. Absolutely, because procrastination hinders you from getting to where you're going. Procrastination just makes it longer, because we all know we're going to go where we're supposed to go. We're going to be where we were destined to be. But the question is, how long will it take you? How long are you willing to go on this journey? How long are you willing to do the work? How long are you willing to marinate to be great, so that when you walk into your gift and you walk into your life, you are everything that God had created you to be? Are you ready to walk in that purpose? And so, like I said, at this time, I want to leave the floor open for questions, because I said I want to start moving where it's more of a conversation, and I'm not just, it's for us. It's about us. So these are the meetings I used to have, and now it's on a bigger stage, so I'm loving it. And so the next question is there anybody out there who's trying to figure out what it is they can do to help marinate their purpose? Is there something that you're working on? Is there something that you're dealing with? Is there something that's got you stuck or feeling like you're ready for your now right now? Are you ready for your stuff right now and you don't know what to do to sit around? You don't know what to do to sit there and build yourself up? If you don't know what to do to wait to make your meal great, if it's hard on you because you feel like you want everything and everything's not coming quick enough and you don't know why, I'm here to tell you that the reason why you are where you are, the reason why stuff hasn't happened for you yet, is because you haven't marinated long enough. We haven't marinated long enough. We're still working, we're still building, we're still growing, and we're still knowing that we're still being worked on. We're trying to be a Big Mama's meal and not a microwavable dish. And so that will give you the patience to understand that goodness comes to those who wait for something great. The kid says, I'm one of a kind. I am destined for greatness. I deserve the best. I will have all my heart desires. I am worthy and I am enough. I choose me. # no more excuses. That is right. And Kia is a prime example of her understanding that sometimes you got to know what to take out. She realized that she had to take out corporate America and add in her being an entrepreneur. And so she had to change some ingredients in the process of her marination. And so my question to you is, have you decided, or do you know what needs to be changed in your life in order for you to go to the level in which you want to go? And if you don't know, what steps are you taking? Are you spending that time with yourself? From week 1 of I Choose Me, the whole idea was that you spend quality time with you. That you spend quality time with who you were created to be. That you would find that all that is inside of you was meant to be great. And that your lessons would be blessings on the journey to you. And so you have to give your best. You have to know who you are so that you are able to walk in your light. So you are able to walk in your gift. And so that you are able to be a Big Mama's meal. That one-of-a-kind dish that leaves a tasting and a lasting memory in people's heads. There's nothing like a Big Mama's meal. Don't you want to be that? Don't you want to leave the space and a place and leave goodness in people's mind and in people's heart because you're walking in your purpose and you waited to come. You waited to be brought to people in a place and in a time when you were ready and not a minute too soon. That's what life is all about. It's about being patient on the journey and paying attention to the process, because those are the things that make you great. Those are the things that lift you up, and those are the things that life is made of. It is made of you reaching your purpose and your destiny by taking the steps and being patient in the path and on a journey because you want the best. And so you're willing to do the work, you're willing to wait, and you don't want it done quickly. You want it done in a time, in a fashion, in a matter that's filled with love, care, and just good ingredients, good love, good connection. And so at this time, I'm going to share my precious thought from the soul, my original poem for the day. And this happens to be waiting on your promise. Have you ever found yourself wondering, when will my time be? Have you shouted to the heavens, can you still see me? Have you forgotten the dream that you placed in my heart? Did you change up the game because I feel like I'm at a restart? What happened to the steps that I've made thus far? I've been so beaten by this journey that I'm just wishing on a star. Can't figure out what it is you want me to do because I feel so lost and I just need to be true. True to the fact that your last lesson left me dazed, though I'm keeping it together and I look like I'm unfazed. You see, I'm waiting on your promise. What more do you need? I've been passed up so many times and I have nothing left to bleed. You said the battle is not mine, yet I feel like I'm at war. And I can't figure out what some of these lessons are for. But I think I hear your whispers. It's not for the swift, but those that endure to the end. So when you reach that moment, your house can do anything but stand. Your house can't do anything but stand. Because you took the time to make every moment count, even those filled in pain. And in those trying times, you realize a lesson is what you gain. Know that in your waiting is where your value grows. And when you reach your moment, it will always show. Waiting on your promise makes it better for your story. So when you stand in purpose, you will serve in all God's glory. And so that is what I wanted this message to be about. Your purpose was not made to be microwaveable. Your purpose was made to be sustained. Your purpose was to be remembered like Big Mama's meal. And so that means that it may take some time for you to reach that dream in your heart. It means that it may take some time for you to go to the level you want to go. But I promise you, if you would love yourself through, if you would grow yourself up, if you would tweak some things, if you would celebrate some things, if you would take some things away, but if you would master who you were created to be, if you would master those ingredients that you are, then you will walk into your purpose not a minute too soon. You will walk into your, that's why I think that's what they're saying, my interpretation, when they say God may not come when you want him, but he's never a minute too late. That's what that is about. He's saying when he shows up, it means that he has decided that you are ready. He has decided that you're ready to serve. He has decided that you have tweaked yourself in a way that you are ready to walk in your gift and in your light. The question I have is, are you ready to make your purpose Big Mama's meal and not a microwavable dish? You are far greater than just a quick throw together for what you have destined for your life. It's going to take some time to get to where you're going. And so I'm asking you, have patience on your journey. Have patience on loving yourself. Have patience on building yourself. And do the work. And I promise you, when you least expect it, you'll look up and life will happen. When you're least expected, you'll get those moments and you say, this is what this was for. I promise you, at one point in your life, all of these things that you've been through, all of the things that don't make any sense, they will finally all connect the dots. Your life will eventually collect the dots when you get to the point where you're ready to be of service. It will all make sense. So don't worry about the struggle. Don't worry about the story. Just go on a journey and make it the best you can and work so much to make sure you are your best self. So when you show up in that moment, you can be everything that you were created to be, which is great, which is unique, and which is one of a kind. You have a purpose, and I can't wait for you to share it with the world, because that is what this is all about. Figuring out who we are, loving ourselves to the core, to the very depth of ourselves, so that all of that can come out and can show up in our life and all of the different relationships and the people that we meet. Kia said we must pay attention to our heart's desires and go out and get it. And that is where we are right now. We are walking in a place. We are walking in the power to go out and get our stuff. So let's stop waiting. Let's stop procrastinating. And let's stop expecting stuff to happen overnight. But let's do the work it takes to get ourselves ready to walk in our light and walk in our gift, so that we can be great and so that we can bring our peace. Because we all know that's what it's all about. Bringing your masterpiece. You're one of a kind. And until you bring your piece, the puzzle will never get completed. And so you're holding somebody up. Bring your peace, walk in your light, and remember our motto, which is, I pledge to embrace who I am today, love who I was yesterday, and inspire who I will become tomorrow. And that's what this whole process is all about. And that's what making your purpose a big mama meal is all about. It's about embracing the whole journey and understand that there are lessons. They become blessings, and then we begin to walk in our light, and we will then begin to be of service for all those who we come in contact with. And so if you have any questions or you like to email me, please email me at iChooseMeMovement@gmail. You can follow me on Instagram at iChooseMeMovement. Also, my Facebook Live, my group page. Please be a part of my group page at I Choose Me #No More Excuses on Facebook. Also, all I want you to do is remember, and excited, I'm coming up, the Speaking Right to Make Me Millions Conference with Lisa Nichols is coming up. And so for those who supported, thank you so much. For those who wanted to and couldn't, thank you so much. For those who are still going to, I appreciate that too. It ain't over yet. We're still more going toward it. But I just want to say that I'm just so honored. I feel so blessed to be a part of something so empowering, so inspiring. And I hope that we would show up and show out. And so share with your friends, share with your family, share with the women in life, share with the people that you know you want to be a part of your journey. Share with the people that you want to be a part of your foundation. Because if all of us are loving ourselves, we are better supporters to one another. So until you can put yourself first, until you can love yourself first, you don't have what it takes to love somebody else. And so this journey and this movement is about learning to love yourself to the core, so that you can show up for the people around you even more. The more you have to inside, the more you have to give. So let's start filling ourselves up so we can start giving more, because we come prepared to step up and be the gift that we were created to be. I love you guys. I'm so excited. I choose me #No More Excuses, because I'm enough. Tuesday night, love grows everything, so love yourself first. That's my slogan, y'all. So you tell people, love grows everything, so love yourself first. You guys have a wonderful week. I will see you next Tuesday. Love, love, love. And once again, any emails, and if people want to get a t-shirt, please tell your friends, get a t-shirt. Email me if you're interested. Love you. I choose me #No More Excuses. Let's end with our motto. I pledge to embrace who I am today, Love who I was yesterday and inspire who I will become tomorrow. You're great. You're worthy. You're enough. And I can't wait for you to walk even closer to your purpose and even more into your life, because that is what the world needs. And we're waiting for you. We are waiting for you. Stop sitting down on your life and show up. It's your turn. It's your turn. Have a wonderful day. Love you. And I will see you next week at 9 p.m. And until next week, I choose me and I choose you. Love you first so you can love everybody else. That's what the journey is all about. Mwah. Have a good night. Y'all know I can't stop this. My blooper. I really can't stop it. Sorry. Bye, y'all. I guess they wanted a close-up.